Hi there, thank you for clicking. In this video, we're going to be talking about plateaus. This can be for all businesses, but I mainly focus on beauty and grooming local businesses. But if you have another business, it could be for that too. I work with lots of different owners. I help them market and grow their business. So let's get right into this video. And if you like this content, don't forget to subscribe and like the video and share it with others. So now let's get into what are plateaus? Why are they important? What do you need to do at each plateau? And what do I see from local businesses and even in my own business, like of the different plateaus and the kind of drive that you need to have to each plateau? So the first thing is when you're starting a business, your first goal is to get clients to get clients. So if you're a local, local business or online business, the first thing you're going to do is how to attract clients. And most of you are, if you're a barber or stylist, you're coming from another shop. You already have a clientele built up and you know how to hold them. Maybe not how to attract them. Maybe you do because you had to get clients into your chair, but maybe the owner attracted to you. And your first goal is to get clients coming in your chair and getting a repeatable business, setting up the foundations. And usually most barbers and stylists are making between 5 to 10K. If you're coming from another shop and you're not making between 5 to 10K, I would be a little worried. Okay, so you probably want to learn how to make enough revenue in another shop, and then when you open your own shop, you need to be kind of generating between 5 to 10K revenue. So the first plateau is that plateau, generating between 5 to 10K a month. As a solo barber and stylist, doesn't matter what shop you're in, that you need to be generating between these figures. And whether you're a quick cut kind of place or where you're a long cut, you need to, and it doesn't matter, you should be trying to strive for at least 6-figure revenue. So for the year, so at least, like I would say, between 5 to 10K per month. So that's the first plateau. It's getting 5 to 10K in your business consistently, knowing how to keep that going. The second plateau is then hiring your first worker, which is probably the hardest thing. Going from a solo person where you're working to then hiring and managing and marketing, because the first hire is the hardest hire I've seen for multiple businesses. That first hire, to get them on board, is a very, very hard thing to do because you're used to managing yourself, but now you got to learn how to manage somebody else, increase their revenue, market for them, help them grow their business within your business, and get there. And the problem is most people are they learn how to do things themselves, but when there's someone else in the equation, it's very hard because they get very flustered managing somebody and they don't. And the first couple of hires might not work out, but you have to continually keep hiring. When you got that client flow, you can't just let it down. So I think the second plateau you're going to hit is that first hire that you get into your business and getting them to stick. And I know a lot of owners saying, like, they hire a couple people and then they say, oh, the industry is failing, all this and that. No, it's just that you're going to need to hire and fire lots and lots of people. So once you get that first hire, marketing them, getting clients in their chair and getting that consistent, building that momentum up. And the problem with hitting those plateaus is that every plateau you hit, I know it's like a milestone. So getting that first hire, building them up and getting somebody in there, getting from, like, let's say if you're doing 5 to 10K, like 10 to 15K, okay, in revenue, because you're building somebody else up. And then as you build up more and more, it gets easier and easier because you got more funds. So I would say after you build that first hire and you get into 10 to 15, then it's to get to that 20K, 20 to 25K is that next plateau, getting multiple hires in there, handling the schedule, handling people, handling hours, and just knowing that you need to manage multiple people. So it's not only one person you got to manage. You got to manage 3 or 4 people to get to like maybe 20 to 25K. And then once you hit 20 to 25K, it's then learning how to get out of the chair, how to get all the shop filled, where you get to this 35 to 50K level, where your shop is usually filled up. And most shops are like, I would say, if you're a 4-chair, 5-chair shop, I think the max you would do is like 30K, depending on the shop, like 25 to 30K. Because most owners have 5-chair, and then it's like, okay, how do I save to get to that 10-chair shop? It's then getting to that level. So again, let's run through the plateaus. Plateau number 1, building yourself a clientele, getting yourself your own shop. Second, getting that hire, building up your first hire. That's a plateau on its own. Third, building up multiple people with yourself, working and managing a whole team. Okay. And fourth, pulling yourself out of the chair and having the full shop run by its, like, you're still going to need to manage. You're not going to fully be pulled out, but you're going to be managing everything. And then like the next one is where you switch into a bigger shop and then you can fully get out. So that's quite a bit of plateaus if you think about it. There's a lot of plateaus, and that's for any business. Any business, even in mine. I'm in a marketing business, and let's say I work on clients. I get 10 clients. Then all of a sudden I have to hire someone to manage some of those clients. Then I got to hire a team of people that I have to manage that. Same thing. Regardless, I get client inflow and I need a team to help me. No matter what, building a team is one of the hardest things. Getting the clients and then building the team and managing and having the infrastructure and doing everything is a lot of work. So a lot of owners, depending on the plateau, they hit a certain plateau and they get comfortable. And that comfort is sometimes their downfall, because they might not understand the next plateau they need to get to, or they don't have the mindset to get there, or what numbers they need to hit, or what are they looking for. So when owners jump on the call with me, I can see what plateau they're on. What are they trying to strive for? How difficult it's going to be? How much work do they need to put in? And realistically, it is a lot of work. If you're in between, you're a solo shop owner and you're making between 5 to 10K, it is like the roughest, most difficult thing to get to that 10K, 15K mark. Because once you get there, things start to ease up. But it's getting through that tough, stressful state. And some owners stay in that state and they don't know how to get to the next plateau. But you got to kind of push until you can get there. And it's difficult. Sometimes, you don't see it, but you feel it. So this video was to talk about the different plateaus. I hope it helped you. I hope it gave you some insight what kind of goals you should be aiming for, depending where you are in your beauty and grooming business. And we could talk about products and all that, but until you get a full shop and a full team, products shouldn't be your main goal. It should be just getting multiple clients in. Yes, upselling products are important, but it's going to be a small revenue base. Sometimes it's not even like you got to stock all those products in there. It's very much like a later on goal. I wouldn't say it's at the beginning. I think your main goal is getting clients in, multiple clients in, and stocking very few products until later on, until you get a full shop in there, and then you can focus on some products. You can focus on those other revenue generating activities. You can try during the whole thing, but mainly during until you get a full shop, until you can get your mind out of the chair and you're not so attached to the chair where your income, and you have multiple people generating you income and you're part-time or maybe half the time in the chair, or 3/4. At least you have that little bit to focus on products, and then you can really focus on the products and how to generate that. So I hope this video helped you. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.